Good evening. My name is Estelle Giraud. I'm a PhD student in sustainability at Arizona State University, and today I'm going to talk to you about propaganda gardening, which is probably the coolest kind of propaganda. So, what is that? What is propaganda gardening? Well, it's rather simple. You take a seed, you take soil, you plant the seed in the soil, you water it, you grow food, and once it's grown, you encourage people to pick it for free. Yes, for free. So now we're online, but I can pretty well imagine some of your faces. So some are probably completely astonished, like some are probably very skeptical, like, Other might be annoyed, like, what the hell is she talking about? And some other might be thinking, oh, she's so cute. Probably this is because of my French accent, but worry not. Propaganda gardening is not a French thing. It's not another thing we are trying to expand to the rest of the world, just like French fries, which, by the way, you're welcome. And actually, some of the best free things in this world have been invented by Americans, such as Wikipedia, for instance, which is absolutely fantastic. Well, that's exactly what propaganda gardening is about. It's about putting the knowledge out there, the knowledge of growing plants, and the knowledge of diversity of plants, and sharing it with people. Sharing it, encouraging them to reap the fruits, even though they are not producers. I'm going to give you 7 major reasons that make propaganda gardening really good. Number one, it makes the city more beautiful. When we plant food, it has flowers, has different types of leaves. So having gardens in the open like that with food just help greening gray spaces, which just make the city beautiful. Number two, it promotes a culture of sharing. It's not anymore about I have to go to the store to get my produce, but I can also just get them for free. And that's very nice. It's a spirit of I don't do things for me, but I do them for the community, and I'm happy to have whoever wants them can have them. It's as simple as that. Number three, it feeds people in a healthy way. It helps by having it creates access to a large range of fruits and vegetables, which encourage people to eat some healthy food as well because they can have access. They don't need to think about what they're gonna have. It's just there. It's seasonal. It's very local. So yeah, it is very nice. Number four, it is an education tool because it helps people to know what plants look like and where they come from. When you eat cabbage, usually and if you buy it in the supermarket, it's already cut, the leaves are already cut, so you don't really know how it grows. It's a lot of things like this. It teaches people about the shape of vegetables, it teaches people about the seasonality of fruits and vegetables, which is also very important, rather than thinking that strawberries grow all year long. No, they don't. Right? They need a specific climate, so they cannot grow all year long. It just helps people know more about nature. Number five, for all those reasons and more, propaganda gardening improves well-being overall in a city by making it more beautiful, by promoting culture of sharing. It's also empowering for the people who are able to grow it and to share it with others. And all those are components of happiness. So it's cities which have implemented gardening programs have actually seen their level of happiness improve. Number six, propaganda gardening allows us to be more creative with our landscapes and our urban landscapes. Many of us, we are users of our landscapes, but we don't necessarily realize the creative power we have over those landscapes. And we think that we can create, for instance, inside of our houses, where we can do, design, interior design, or in our gardens, landscape designs, but not in the city because this is only the public space. But we also are actors of the design in our cities. This is a positive type of interaction with the city, which implies to use some space which are not being used at the moment and to make the most of them and to produce food. And finally, number 7, it encourages propaganda gardening encourages us to take care of the earth. As I was saying before, it's an education tool, and really it shows people the grounded origin of the food. It's very common when we live in cities not to make the connection between what we eat and what we enjoy and its natural origin and where it really comes from. And so by having gardens around, we can see how we need to nurture the soil, how farmers, or the gardeners actually, the citizens, are taking care of the soil and are nurturing this soil so that it can produce food. So by recreating this familiarity in the public space, it allows people to develop more consciousness about taking care of the earth. So these reasons make propaganda gardening really, really a great thing. However, propaganda gardening also comes with uncertainties. So beauty, as I was saying, it makes cities more beautiful, but cities are also a matter of taste, right? Some things are appealing for some and not for others. Like, for instance, the cabbage that I was mentioning earlier. Some people think it's an ugly plant, and so they don't want to have it in the public space. Some people really want to have a lot of flowers, and they think flower is beautiful, but that fruits and vegetables are not beautiful, and they should not be in the public space. So this is a matter of education, and it takes time, right? It's not something just like that's going to happen. No. Another uncertainty is that very often the same people are being actors, but the others just benefit from it. And if it's not being complemented by a bigger civil movement, then people tend to get drained and to stop. Another difficulty is normally propaganda gardening does not compete with other land uses, but because because of all the work that is put in this land and that it makes this land usually more attractive, the value of the spaces might really increase. And because it increases, there's going to be competition with other actors who will want to use that space for other things besides gardening, and so there might be conflicts. And it's not necessarily. Usually, it's not the gardeners who win in those types of conflicts. That can be pretty heartbreaking. Number 4, plants are sensitive, and so they can get sick. They're not always going to produce beautiful fruits. Some seasons they will, some seasons they might not, even if we take very good care of them. And it's important to say that food that is grown in cities is not always super healthy because it's going to catch the gas, for instance, from the car, right? Because of the air pollution in the city or the water pollution in the city, it might make those fruits and vegetables not like super healthy. It's not it's not unhealthy, but it's not the best quality. And number 5, well, if nobody picks up those fruits and vegetables, if nobody cook them, then they're going to be wasted. It doesn't translate right away. It doesn't. Propaganda gardening does not translate into healthy eating. To translate into a healthy eating, some people have to pick the fruits and vegetables, and some other people have to cook. So, and in order to pick them and to cook them, they have to know, right, when is the right season to pick them, and how can they cook it. Some people don't know how to cook, for instance, cabbage. Still the same. But still, I don't believe those uncertainties outweigh the benefits of propaganda gardening. And if propaganda gardening is complemented by the right set of educational measures and by the right amount of public support, then it can really take over and benefit the whole city population. So it's worth giving it a try. And so I would encourage you to get out of your house, get seeds, get soil, create a small bed in front of your house, and start planting. Take care of the plants and encourage your neighbors and whoever comes by to pick it, and you'll see it's going to create very interesting conversations, and you'll see a lot of smiles. Thank you.